sure that we are all aware of the Hadith of pen and paper. Wanted to go over that tonight. First, we're going to take a look at a general perspective from Wikipedia. Let's see what they have to say. So that way the non-Muslims can also understand what's going on just from a general perspective, like I said earlier. Let's go ahead and start reading. The Hadith of pen and paper is an incident in which the Islamic prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, expressed a wish to issue a written statement shortly before his death, possibly on a Thursday, but was prevented from doing so. Muhammad's intentions are debated, though it is commonly believed that the statement would have formally designated his successor, possibly because of its ramifications throughout the history of Islam. Some have referred to this incident as the calamity of Thursday. And guys, just read this. Muhammad's request, Umar's objection. That should kind of make it clear what the intention was. Let's go ahead and read this. Muhammad's request. Muhammad, peace be upon him, became ill in 11 AH, and his condition worsened reportedly on a Thursday when he was asking for writing materials so that he would write something after which you will not be led into error, as related on the authority of Ibn Abbas in the canonical Sunni collection Sahih al-Bukhari. Umar's objection. The account in Sahih al-Bukhari continues that Muhammad's companion Umar protested, "The illness has overwhelmed the Prophet. We have the Book of God, Quran, and that is enough for us." So the teachings, the sayings, and his requests are not important. Does not also go along with the Holy Quran. In another report by the Sunni Ibn Sa'ad, Umar instead told those present that Muhammad was raving, as noted also by Madelung, that Muhammad, peace be upon him, was told he was delirious, also appears in another report by Ibn Sa'ad, transmitted similarly by the Sunni al-Tabari, though this second report is silent about who made that comment. The Sunni Ibn Kathir removes Umar from his report altogether, possibly fearing its negative image of Umar. Okay, so who in their right mind objects Allah's chosen messenger? Umar right now is 2 for 2. If you guys haven't seen my previous video, which I will link later in the video and also in the description, also in the comments section. Actually, let's go to that right now so you guys can see the consistency that this guy has. All right, here we are. Abdurrahman bin Abdul Qadi said, "I went out in the company of Umar bin al-Khattab one night in Ramadan to the mosque and found the people praying in different groups. A man praying alone or a man praying with a little group behind him. So Umar said, 'In my opinion,'" once again, he's just making up stuff as he goes, right? Now it's his opinion, "I would better collect these people under the leadership of one Qari reciter, i.e. let them pray in congregation." So he made up his mind. He just made up his mind to congregate them behind Ubay bin Ka'ab. Then on another night, I went again in his company, and the people were praying behind the reciter. On that, Umar remarked, "What an excellent bid'ah," in quotes, i.e. innovation in religion. You guys understand what's happening here? Guys, he is innovating here. Innovating in Islam. And it's in Sahih al-Bukhari, right in our faces. Let's go ahead and continue here. Quarrel. The Sahih's report continues that a quarrel then broke out at Muhammad's, peace be upon him's, bedside, with some suggesting that his orders should be followed and some siding with Umar to disregard the Prophet's request. Adds Ibn Sa'ad in his most detailed report. As the noise and quarrel increased, Muhammad asked them to leave and did not write anything. Yeah, I'm sure he was very upset. In one of Ibn Sa'ad's reports, Muhammad's wives demand that his request is fulfilled, but are silenced by Umar. What is going on here? Another report of him identifies Muhammad's wife Zainab as the one making this demand. So he is also not only going against Prophet Muhammad's wishes by asking for a request, but he is also, so as you can see here, it says Muhammad's wives demand that his request is fulfilled. Another report of him identifies Muhammad's wife Zainab as the one making this demand. And he's going against all of this. Ibn Abbas is quoted in the Sahih as saying that the greatest of all calamities is what intervened between the apostle and his writing. Some reports instead attribute similar words to Ubayd Allah ibn Abd Allah. The phrase al-Raziyya kul al-Raziyya is sometimes used in reference to this event. Muhammad's reaction. Al-Bukhari and Ibn Sa'ad both mention that Muhammad was saddened by the quarrel, while the Sunni al-Diyarbakri suppresses this matter in his report, but retains Umar's name. In one of Ibn Sa'ad's reports, Muhammad reprimanded, "They, the women, are better than you are," after Umar silenced Muhammad's wives, who were asking the men to fulfill the Prophet's wish. You guys can read the rest. If you guys want to go into detail, you could just Google it and you'll find the Wikipedia page about the pen and paper Hadith. This is how you kind of figure out which side has been infiltrated and which side has not. So we go to sunnah.com, and I will link all of this in the description. Let me zoom this in for you guys. When Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, was on his deathbed, and in the house there were some people among whom was Umar bin al-Khattab, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Come, let me write for you a statement, after which you will not go astray." Umar said, "The Prophet, peace be upon him, is seriously ill, and you have the Quran, so the book of Allah is enough for us." I don't understand what kind of statement that is. He's basically telling you that Prophet Muhammad doesn't mean anything, since we have the Quran. The people present in the house differed and quarreled. Some said, "Go near so that the Prophet, peace be upon him, may write for you a statement after which you will not go astray." While the others said, as Umar said. When they caused a hue and cry before the Prophet, Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, said, "Go away," narrated Ubaydullah. Ibn Abbas used to say it was very unfortunate that Allah's Messenger, peace be upon him, was prevented from writing that statement for them because of their disagreement and noise. A brother called and asked the Sheikh about the pen and paper situation on Prophet Muhammad's deathbed, peace be upon him.
Deathbed, he gathered the companions that were close to him. Among them was Al-Abbas, Ali, Ibn Abbas, Umar, and some others. And he said, "Bring me a pen and a paper so that I would advise you to write something." He wanted to give them an advice in writing. So they wanted to do this. Umar was afraid. He wasn't sure whether the Prophet ﷺ was in his sound.
Are we going to believe this story? That Umar was afraid of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him? That does not add up.
State of mind in the sense, or he was on his deathbed and maybe he was saying something that most humans may say and not intended. So in order...
Don't forget from my previous video, this guy Umar is an innovator, remember? It's within the Sahih Hadiths. And for some reason, these sheikhs are covering up for Umar. I hope we are connecting the dots here.
He was saying something that most humans may say and not intended. So in order...
Most humans. Now, he's not most humans. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose Prophet Muhammad as a role model for the whole of mankind. And how can anyone deny Allah's chosen one a pen and paper?
So in order for Umar to preserve the deen, thinking...
So Umar is going to preserve the deen and not Allah and his holy Prophet Muhammad?
That it was possible, which was definitely not possible. Thinking that it was possible that the Prophet may say something that is not in relation to Islam and that would impact negatively Islam and its preservation. So he thought it would be safer not to do this. And this is why the companions disputed. And this is why the Prophet ﷺ, when he saw their dispute, kicked them all out. So this was an ijtihad of Umar. And definitely, if the Prophet ﷺ was to say something, Allah would protect him and preserve him from saying anything that would negatively.
Anyways, I can't hear any more of that. So I can't believe this is supposed to be one of our role models, especially when we found out it's the same Umar that remarked here in Sahih al-Bukhari, what an excellent bid'ah, i.e. innovation in religion this is. The same majority sect that are not helping our Palestinian brothers and sisters. What's taken them so long to help them? These Palestinian young girls are braver than all the sheikhs that are holding back the truth and are not telling the truth because of whatever reasoning they have. It could be monetary, status, evil intentions, whatever it is, they're braver.
وأجيال عسائر وأجاهد مثل القاسم